Hello everyone, it is Pat Rainville with the Angel Divination YouTube channel with our daily oracle card reading and message for, um, today's Thursday, the 31st of January, the very last day of January um, for 2013. So we're done with the first month of the year. And so for today's reading, I'm going to be calling on the Archangels to the Archangel Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue and the Angel Therapy Oracle card deck, also by Doreen Virtue, just to get an idea of who's working with us from the Archangels as we go into the month of February. Who do we need to work with? And very soon we'll start in with some romance angel cards. So, all right, who's spilled out for today? Call upon the Archangels for... Okay. All right, so the first card that spilled out is Clairaudience, and this is the Archangel Zadkiel. And the message on the card says, notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind and from other people. So it's a message about, well, first of all, Zadkiel is an archangel who's he helps with memory functions, so he helps us with test taking and remembering facts and figures. But he's also an angel of immense benevolence and compassion. So in this instance, he's calling our attention to what we hear. All right, sometimes when we're both for our mental functions, if there's something you're trying to remember, if you can quiet your mind for a little bit, you might find that the answer pops in. So pay attention to what you're hearing that way. As the card says, it's also about paying attention to mental, like conversations you overhear from other people. But it's really, I feel also this message today has to do with listening to your inner dialogue. I mean, clairaudience is clear hearing, and it is one of the avenues of intuitive communication that we get. Oftentimes, you might find that you're starting to hear your guides and angels more clearly when this card shows up. And that's why it says, notice the loving guidance you hear, inside your mind. A lot of times when our angels and guides speak to us, they do so in a loving way in our own mind. It's a little different than how we would talk to ourselves. So he's urging you to pay attention to that. But I really do feel like it has to do with our own, in many ways, listen to the inner dialogue and the way that you're speaking to yourself. And, notice if it's, loving and gentle, or, what's going on in those conversations. He's calling your attention to what's going on in those conversations or what you're hearing as a way of noticing, because our thoughts and our feelings and attitudes, do create a lot of our experiences or how we experience life and attract to us different experiences. So notice what's going on there today, and perhaps, make an effort to be more loving and gentle. It's also about, compassionately listening to someone else who may be around you, because Zadkiel is very much about compassion, and he can help you to be able to listen with more compassion, as this card shows up. So I do feel like you're going to be hearing, for a lot of you out there, messages from, your guides and angels. And it may come through other people. So you may notice that an answer that you've been looking for, you overhear somebody talking about it. And it's like, oh, I was interested in that. So notice what is going on that way today, or pay particular attention to your hearing. Now, the other card that flipped out along with it is Relationship Harmony, okay? And that is Archangel Raguel. And it says, We angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved. So, and it may be very much as I look at these two cards, these two angels are working hand in hand, because oftentimes the way peace and harmony comes into a relationship is because people are finally willing to hear what's really being said. Okay, they're finally willing to hear the truth about themselves or about somebody else. Okay, and it clears up the confusion, it clears up the misunderstanding. So know that these very powerful archangels are at work, and it's really, it's as we go into February, it's a really very heartwarming message. It's about, harmony and peacefulness is being brought into our relationships through opening up and listening to our inner dialogue, listening to what our heart is telling us, the truth of what our heart is telling us, listening to our heart's desires. Raguel also helps us to improve the relationship with ourselves, which is really at the heart of improving our relationships with other people. The more we can open up and listen to our heart's desires and our own inner dialogue, the more we can improve our relationship with ourselves. And those same things help us to improve our relationships with other people. Because February it's our Valentine's Day month, and it's a lot of us are very much into the romance of life and maybe looking for those new soulmates, or ready for a new one, or working on the relationship with our soulmate in a happy way. So this is the basis of that. So it's very much, as we go into this new month, about healing relationships. Okay, so let's see what the angel therapy cards have to say for us. What comes out? Woohoo! All right. This card says, cancel, clear, delete. And it's an Archangel Michael. As you can see the sword that he's got there. And it says, use only positive words and thoughts as they're rapidly manifesting into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. So this is a message about what you can do, as this card deck is. The Angel Therapy card deck is about actions that you can take, working with the angels to help improve your life. And what its message is as you find negative maybe feelings or judgments or something coming up that you hear as part of it's part of what you hear coming up inside that inner dialogue that you're listening to. You can, just like on a computer, if you type the wrong word or you made a mistake in your typing, you can hit the delete button. This is sort of telling you how you can handle those thoughts, those judgmental thoughts about yourself and others. Just say, go clear, cancel, delete, or cancel, clear, delete, like you would on a computer. And work with Archangel Michael's energy to help move those thoughts out of the way. It says, have you in the card booklet, it says, have you been complaining or worrying lately? Do you consider yourself a victim of outside circumstances? This card indicates you've been using negative affirmations to describe yourself and your situations. So the angels are asking you to be more aware of what you say, think, and write about yourself. Again, Zadkiel is bringing your attention to listening to that inner dialogue. And when you catch yourself saying something negative, again, a judgment, or even something that you're joking about, maybe stop and sweep your hand at the wrist in order to push the energy of your words away from you and say, cancel, clear, delete, to undo the effects of the negative affirmations. It's kind of like, she says, it's kind of like rebooting a computer by simultaneously pushing the Control, Alt, and Delete keys. So you let the universe know of your positive and clear outlook for yourself. So it's a way of turning things around and shifting the energy for you. So those are our messages for today. I hope they resonate with you or are helpful to you in some way. I hope you have a lovely Thursday, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Thanks so much to all of my viewers. I'm grateful to have you. It's been a busy week this week for me, which is why I'm a little bit late in getting out the daily messages. So anyways, have a lovely day, everyone.